Hello guys, welcome to Michael TV. If today is your first time of coming across my channel, you are highly welcome. If you have been following me, thank you for staying back. Today we are gonna be listening to what I consider that could be informative. So today we have, why did God allow or create black Africans to suffer? Ahmed, Deedat is going to be giving us some highlights, basically answers to the questions, or question rather. So guys, stay tuned, let's watch this together.
Why we hear that, and the Bible tells us that God created a man, and so we have a different nation here, population here. So now, why did God allow blacks to be suffer?
Yes. Now I will explain that. You see, the creation is the creation of God. But mankind, he creates his own standards of judging. Like for example, we are told by certain groups of churches that the black people of the earth are the children of Ham. You see, Noah, you heard the name Noah, after the flood. In the Genesis chapter 9 you read, Noah, after the flood, him and his three sons, Sam, Ham and Japheth, they started growing grapes. And from the fruit of the vine, they fermented the wine. And Noah drank too much. And he was lying naked. I'm reading this from the book of Genesis, chapter 9. And out of his three sons, Sam, Ham and Japheth, Ham saw his father's nakedness. Sprawled out on the ground naked. And it was a big joke for him. So he laughed. Who laughed? Ham. You know how you spell Ham? H-A-M, Ham. Ham. H-A-M, Ham, you also spell for that piece of pig. See? You know the Englishman, he loves ham and eggs. Ham and eggs. How do you spell ham? That's right. So this person's name was Ham, one of the sons of Noah. His name was Ham. And he saw his father's nakedness and he laughed. Big joke. The other two sons, they felt remorse, ashamed of the father's condition. So they took a piece of cloth and they walked backwards and they covered up the father. The father, in the meantime, he knew what was going on, but he was too dead drunk to do anything about it. But when he came into his senses, he began to curse. And you remember the curse? He said, "Cursed be Canaan, for a servant of servant thou shalt be unto thy brother." You attend Bible class, don't you? You remember this? "Cursed be Canaan, for a servant of servant thou shalt be unto thy brother." So they tell us in a system, they say that we black peoples of the earth are the children of Ham. That fellow who behaved like a pig, laughed at his father's nakedness. So as such, we are to become the hewers of wood and the drawers of water. So they want to see to it that you keep to your role. Your role is sweep the streets, carry the rubbish bin, work in the factories, whatever. This is your menial labor, that is your destiny. Now this is the invention of man. See, man's own invention. God didn't make you so. He, as we are told, that he made us in his image. He made everybody upright. He says, he the Lord had made man upright. Upright means straight, going straight. So the invention of man, the devilishness in man, is finding excuses to how I can discriminate against you, create theories, weave stories, fairy tales, and around these fairy tales I find justification for keeping you down. Now the Holy Quran, this book of God, the Quran, our religious book, it gives us an explanation of the theory of race. And I would like you to judge whether it answers the problems of mankind or not. It says, and I'm quoting in Arabic the original, and I give you the translation. It says, Ya ayyuhan nas, say, oh mankind, the whole of mankind, whether Africans, Indian, Chinese, Eskimo, everybody. Ya ayyuhan nas, O mankind, inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa unsa. It is we, God Almighty says, we who have created the male and the female. We have created you all of a single pair, a male and a female. وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلًا. And it is we who have made you into nations and tribes. What for? To discriminate against one another? No. It's لِتَعَارَفُوا, that you may recognize one another. This Mr. John is a Zulu, that Mr. John is a Xhosa, that Mr. John is a Swazi, that Mr. John is an Englishman, that Mr. John is a Frenchman, that Mr. John is a German. For the purpose of recognition, he has made you into nations and tribes. But since man has a sickness of wanting to discriminate on false premises, so God Almighty gives us the standard. We all have a tendency to behave like that. All. There is no exception. There is no nation on earth who is an exception to this rule, that everybody wants to create standards of judging other people as inferior to themselves.
Yeah, sure.
You said the African just now, and I accept that the African is, in the South African context, he is at the lowest rung of the ladder. Economically, educationally, in the professions, he is at the bottom rung. That we have to agree. But now among the Africans, we have Zulus. I was questioning the students. I says, are you all Zulus? The majority were. Some said no, she is a Xhosa. Somebody said something Chwana. But now the majority of the people that are here in this institute are Zulus. Am I right? Right. Now ask the Zulu. Ask the Zulu, what is Zulu? Izulu. What does it mean? Izulu. The heavens. No? Izulu. You are the heavenly people. Izulu. Yes, that's in your mind. Izulu, we are the topmost people. Among the Africans, who is the greatest tribe? The warrior nation, the topmost nation? Your title, the name, your name of your race is also Zulu. Izulu. And what about the others? What do the Zulu say? Isilwane. Am I right? What does it say about the others? The Xhosa, the Swazi, the Chwana. What are they? Isilwane. No, this is the nature of man. Everybody. The Arab said, I'm the Arab. Means we are the eloquent people and the rest of the world is ajam, meaning dumb. The Jews said we are the children of God and the rest of them are Gentiles. You know, Jews and Gentiles. What is Gentile? Means unclean, filthy, dirty people. All the rest of the world uncircumcised, filthy, dirty people. This is the nature of man. Every human being on earth, whether he's an Indian, whether he's a European, whether he's an Englishman, he feels better than the German. The German feels better than the French, and the French feels he's better than the Italian. So this is the nature of man. So God Almighty, He gives us a standard. See, since man has the sickness of creating false standards for himself, this Creator, God Himself, He gives us a standard of judging between people. And the judgment is, it says, Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. So most certainly the noblest in the sight of God is he who is the best in conduct. Not good or bad, not rich or poor, not black or white, but the best in conduct. If your behavior is better for mankind than mine, you are a better person. If my behavior is better than yours for mankind, then I'm a better person. It has got nothing to do with your race, your language, your color, or your riches. This is the standard as given by God Almighty in the Holy Quran, standard of judging between one and another. Your behavior, your conduct, your good behavior. Any other question?
Okay, guys. Ahmed Deedat has given us an elaborate answer or explanation to this guy's question. Now, I feel like the reason or reasons rather why African people kind of see themselves as if they are created to suffer is because when an African person travels from an African continent to other Europe, Asia, Australia, or any part of the world, there are high chances that the person could end up doing some kind of menial jobs, which could be mainly for sustenance. Now, The reason is this: in Africa, though we have some kind of standard educational system, but it's only the minority that can attain that standard education. Only the minority. So what happens to the majority? Because in most of the African countries, the government schools are not well equipped for the higher standard of education. So if you want that higher standard of education, you have to go to the private schools, and the private schools can't be afforded by majority of the population. So some people may end up at the secondary level, which is basically O level, so they could drop out. Now when they drop out, they may want to, explore themselves, go to either Europe to seek for a greener pasture. When they get there, because they never had this educational foundation, they would end up meeting up with some kind of menial jobs. So that is not necessarily to say that Africans are created to suffer, or that Africans suffer in Western world or Asia, because I will put an exception to that, because there are high number of African people that are in Europe or America or Australia or Asia doing amazingly well, doing incredibly well in any part of the field they could find themselves. Some are breaking history, say in the medical field, like they are doing amazing things. So I know that, well, they could be in their minority compared to the population of Africa, but we still have people that are living comfortably outside Africa, even within the shores of Africa. So we should stop this mindset that Africans are created to suffer. No. Like he rightly said, God made everyone equal in his own image, for that matter. So I believe we can do more to ourselves. It's unfortunate that African governments, I don't know, they have failed us woefully, but I still believe on our own we can still, invest in ourselves, build ourselves to the point that even if we go to Europe or any other countries, we could still have this maybe middle working class kind of, I don't know. Anyways, this episode is quite educative. I've learned a lot, which I believe you guys also may have learned a lot. Thank you guys for watching along with me. I'll be seeing you next time. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share this video with your family and friends. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to drop your recommendation on the comment section. I'll be hoping to see you guys next time. For now, peace out.